Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy Jack here to review the Zack Snyder's Justice League that just came out on the 18th of March, 2021. And all I'm gonna say about the movie is it was fantastic. That's all. Enjoyed it. Well, okay, that's not all. I enjoyed it. It suit the Zack Snyder universe. It's the tonality works well. It was actually actually a lot more lighter than I expected it to be, and it was just all around brilliant, and it worked, and it worked very well. There's some things that there were some little things there with the slow motion. Some it worked with some scenes, others not so much. And also sometimes the choice of music was a bit weird. It kind of pulled you out from the movie. Yeah, it does have its issues in my opinion, but ultimately it was a well done movie and it was worth the wait. I should say worth the wait. Now, actually, we should have gotten at least a version similar to this back in the day. But it doesn't really matter. What matters is we have it and it's great. It's fantastic. And hopefully, I mean, if not, I'm hoping that there will be a continuation of this Snyderverse, because of the way it actually left. Even if that doesn't happen, I still love the way it ended. But I would definitely love them to flesh out this universe with this group of heroes that are completely, utterly different from their solo act. That's like the Wonder Woman from Zack Snyder's is completely and utterly different from the what's her name? How can I forget her name? Patty Jenkins version. Consider the Patty Jenkins version of Wonder Woman, especially Wonder Woman 84, as someone from a very different universe. So that's fine. I'll call that Earth 84, completely separate from the Zack Snyder's version. I don't know if there's an Earth 84 already. It doesn't really matter. All I can say is this version of Wonder Woman kind of is a bit more warrior like than the Patty Jenkins version, and also still has heart. And let's not even talk about the rest of the cast. It's like Flash was absolutely amazing. Yes, his running was still a bit wonky, but it still works better. Cyborg was absolutely. I can't believe that Josh Whedon completely butchered his scenes because it was very important, very integral. Even the mascara sequence, very important. I can't believe. I know there's a man that I had to cut it on 2 hours, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my whole life. But still, it's like a lot of things that were cut out were like, really? Why would you do that? Because it actually made sense and it gave it much more of an emotional depth, and you sort of had understood where these characters are coming from and why, what the motivations are. So it was a bit weird, some of the choices he made. It was some of the scenes that he actually used just with actual purpose. It's like it's much better in the Zack Snyder version than in the Joss Whedon version, which was really, really bizarre. I was like, you guys are using the same scenes. So how is that even possible? It's like the scene where Diane goes in and rescue the hostages at the museum. That was an amazing sequence, and it's like it's basically the same thing, but completely different take and much, much better. And obviously, there's a lot of fight scenes over there. Yes, a lot of slow motion. The Flash, I remember in my review, out of all of them, the Flash was the one character I really didn't like, and I thought if they're going to change any of the actors or whatever, the Flash Ezra Miller should be the one to go. And I'm happy to say he actually delivered in this, and it actually worked. And again, I have no idea what happened, why Josh Whedon thought his version of. I guess maybe they were just phoning it in and just like, we're tired of all this craziness that's happening backstage. We just want to get this done and get out of it. So maybe that's what happened, and that's why the performances weren't that great. But yes, even Steppenwolf actually, you actually know what the motivation behind Steppenwolf's insane world destroying reason why he's doing what he was doing. It's like it's amazing. I was gonna try not to make this a spoiler review, but you know what? I've already spoiled it a lot, so never mind. But yes, this was supposed to be a short one, but it's like they all have motivation. You actually know what's happening. You have the backstory. You kind of get a sense that Zack Snyder is trying to create a modern day version of you know of the old gods. He's creating a new mythology and replacing the old gods with this new versions of this old the old gods and heroes with this new version. So basically, they're Superman, Wonder Woman, and the rest. It's like they're the new gods, so to speak. So it's very interesting to see the mythology, the Greek underlying Greek mythology interwoven in this modern adaptation of a hero's play, or more or less. All right, so that was great. Who else did I miss? Joe Morton was great again. Cyberdyne to Cyborg. It's like that was fun. That was actually very good. Not a very very wonderful casting choice, I have to say. Let's see. Wonder Woman, absolutely fantastic and fierce. Batman, brilliant too. I can't believe I forgot about him. Batman was brilliant. He was the team leader. Is a bit damaged. You can tell and you kind of understand him a bit more. And certain scenes, you're like, okay, this is how he was actually able to, be in certain fight sequences. You sort of kind of understand what's going on and why he was able to actually stand his own. And it's like the interaction between Alfred, the text, and all those things, and the planning. Everything kind of makes sense as to why Batman was able to actually do what he does in this movie. And he wasn't, a wimp. Well, he wasn't cracking jokes and whatnot. That was fun. And Superman. Now that's a very interesting character. I mean, he wasn't in the movie as much, but the way he was brought back was actually explained. The mother box actually made more sense. I mean, it was explained better. It kind of made more sense as to why it was able to bring back Superman, and maybe the repercussion of actually doing so, which might tie into the nightmare scene. That's what I'm assuming, but I don't know how true it is. But that's what seems to be the case. That nightmare box has something to do with it, because I'm not 100% sure that Superman is actually 100% Superman or 100% Clark Kent. I think there's something off after the resurrection, and so maybe that might actually tie in. I mean, he feels a bit, I don't know. Then we have the interaction between Joker and Batman, and that was an absolutely fantastic delight. And yes, I guess I can confirm it. We live in a society wasn't. um, that was actually Jared Leto trolling the entire DC fan, well, the entire fans of the movie. It's like that had nothing to do with the society. That was actually a troll by Jared Leto, and it worked. But the conversation between the two of them, Batman and Joker, that was insane. And Joker is deranged, and Batman, you just have to see to believe it. Because I was like, oh my god, this is crazy, this is dense, and I can't wait. I hope we get to see these two actors portray these two characters the way it was written here, and have we could watch the origins and the beginnings and the interactions between them over the years to get to that point in the nightmare sequence. And obviously, I think you'll spoiler. Obviously, the dialogue between the two of them kind of preordains exactly what's going to happen in order to actually change things for the better. It's very interesting that Joker is the one who actually hits the nail on the head and basically more or less tells Batman exactly how to save everyone. And I was like, oh wow, that's really, really, really great. Cyborg again, I have to say, it's like, yes, I get it. Yes, I understood why he is the heart of the story. I'm sorry, I'm just rambling all around, but yeah, his arc, his emotional arc, his coming to, you know, his realization that he isn't broken is impactful and very meaningful. And it actually, yes, it's actually the heart of the show and of the movie. And you get to see him grow, see him become this digital god, and see his humanity manifest itself. It's like, it's really interesting that the the machine guy has the most heart in the entire movie. It's absolutely, it's very moving, especially the scene with the banking and the lady. It is fantastic. You guys, you have to go see it. That's absolutely a must. So this is a great one. This was a great story. This is very well done. 4 hours long, obviously. Um, could some things be trimmed out? Absolutely. Some things be sped up? Absolutely. But ultimately, it's a streaming show, and 4 hours is absolutely fantastic. And most importantly, it went by so fast. It's like I was watching it and I wasn't tired. Matter of fact, I had to stop at the 3 hour mark because I was interrupted by something, and I was like, "Oh my god, is please tell me we still have at least." I had no idea it was a 3 hour mark. I thought, "Oh my god, please let it be longer." And I was like, "Oh yeah, there's still an hour going." And I was like, "Yes, this is absolutely fantastic. I actually have 1 more hour to unwrap in this absolute masterpiece that is Zack Snyder's Justice League." So it's great. I just paused. I was actually watching it for the second time. I paused it to do this review, and then I'll be going right back to finishing it. So I'm not quite certain how many times I'm going to watch it before the end of the week, but I can tell you by the end of today, at least I would have watched it twice. So that's my review. It's absolutely fantastic. It's great. If it ends here, it's a very good coda for the Zack Snyder trilogy. I guess you could call it a trilogy. I'm hoping it's going to be more than this because the way it sets up to open up and that each of these characters could actually have their own solo movies before Justice League 2 could, should start. So it was great. Whatever, it was a fantastic way to end this. It's like, yes, it ends. They go on their own way. They grow to learn more about themselves. Then the invasion happens. Then they jump back together again and fight Darkseid or whoever else is. Well, let's just put it that way. So, and it would be great. Hopefully, that's what they're going to do. I just hope it's not a cul-de-sac as they claim. At least as Walter Hamada has been, spreading around, which would be a shame. I mean, really, this universe needs to be explored. It's really well done, and I can't wait. I'm hoping that there'll be announcements expanding this version, especially now that they've embraced the whole multiverse, thing. So let's see if this happens in May. Where is it? April or May? Is it Warner Brothers having their? We'll just have to wait and see over the coming months if they're gonna actually, if this does really well as I expect it to do. We'll see if they're actually gonna announce more movies or more series from that universe. I'm hoping they do. Anyway, with that said, this is your boy Jack. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification button. Let you know when next I drop a new video. Don't forget to leave comments down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want me to react to. If you've got nothing to say, just say, hey, that's absolutely okay. If you disagree with what I've said during this reaction video or wish to expand on what I've said during this reaction video, please don't hesitate to let me know in the comments down below. All I ask is that you be constructive about it. And with that said, I got more videos out there in the channel, so please peruse them, watch them, cancel them down. It doesn't really matter. Do so, and I guess I'll catch you on the flip side.